Hello again. I'm Matthew from thewetpen.com, and over the past few months I've shown you some traditional ebonite fountain pens from my travels in India. But while I'm working to finish the next video in that series, I'd like to show you a couple of Indian fountain pens from the new school of pen makers. These pens are from the company called Vizier in Mumbai, and I'm really looking forward to visiting them sometime in the future, but I didn't make it on my recent trip. If Vazir sounds familiar to you, it should. I've already reviewed a couple of their pens. The Meteor Shower, which was a stunning cellulose acetate pen, and the Claro pen, which I purchased with one of their remarkable engraved nibs. And a couple of weeks ago, these two pen boxes arrived in the mail. Each one inside of one of these lovely cloth sleeves. The red one looks like it might be block printed, which is cool, but they both have a very Indian flavor. And let me show you what's inside, starting with this one. Under the cloth covering, we have a red pen box with the Vizier brand name and their chess piece logo in the center in black. And if I slide the top off of this, inside we see a vibrant magenta pen sleeve. It feels as though this may be silk, with a nice blue and creamy yellow woven pattern. Very nice. And inside of this sheath is the pen itself. This is the Vizier Sea Moss Gray. And what a beautiful pen this is too. A great size with a very elegant body color and shape. Like a lot of Vizier pens, this pen has a clip with a roller at the end. I always think of this as being Italian style. And the whole clip is very nicely polished, and you can see that Vizier is laser etched at the top of the clip. It's a pretty stiff clip, but the roller really helps in making it more usable. The pen has a flat bottom and a flat top. But what's really interesting about this pen is the body material. Just like the Meteor Shower, the Sea Moss Gray is made of cellulose acetate. And if you look closely, it's a crystal clear base material with a pattern of gray stripes in it. And up close, that combination of clear and opaque materials gives it a lot more depth and complexity than you realize at first. But at arm's length, the overall effect looks a bit like the scales of a fish or snake skin, really. It's beautifully understated and elegant. The cap comes off in 2 and about 3/4 turns, which is just about right. And underneath we see that there's a modest step down to the threads, and then the grip section is also made of the same material. The section is about 19 millimeters long beyond the threads, and it tapers gently from 13 down to 12 millimeters before the lip at the end. And with the cap off the pen, it's much easier to see how transparent this body material really is. You can see right through the clear parts of the texture in the wall of the cap. The nib is a stainless steel Yovo, and the Vizier chess piece logo is laser etched onto it. And out at the edge of the nib, there's a stamped M to show that this is a medium-tipped nib. And if I flip this over, you can see the standard plastic Yovo feed. And if I unscrew the grip section, you can see that this pen has a Schmidt cartridge converter inside. Overall, the pen is really comfortable in my hand. I don't have a problem with the step up to the body, even with my long fingers, but if you have a tendency to hold the pen back a bit further away from the nib, This step is something you'll want to keep in mind, although the edges are nicely rounded and they feel fine. The cap does post deeply and securely, so if you want to write with it that way for a while you can, no problem there. But it does get a bit heavy, so it probably won't be comfortable for longer writing sessions, at least for most of us. It's also worth mentioning that cellulose acetate feels softer than a lot of the rigid plastic resins that pens are made from. It feels more like ebonite, and it's a little warmer and grippier in the hand than acrylic pens, for example. And because it's cellulose-based, it's ultimately a biodegradable plastic. And just to be thorough here, also in the pen box is this warranty card with the date of purchase and the nib size and that sort of thing. And on the back, there's a bit more information about the cellulose acetate material. I will show you how it writes in a moment, but first let me show you the second pen. I love this red fabric. And again, here we have a red Vizier box underneath. And if I take the top off the box, this one has a really beautiful pen sleeve too. A nice olive green with magenta and green shading, and some gold embroidered accents. And inside is the pen. This is the Vizier Geometry. And look at this thing, that is awesome. This pattern of alternating chevrons is just stunning. It's a little bit Art Deco in style, or a little like the natural pattern you might see in a feather. I love it. This pen has a black clip instead of a chrome one, also with a roller at the end, but with no branding on it this time. The Vizier name is down on the black body finial. And there's a black finial on the cap of the pen too. Again, the cap unscrews in about 2 3/4 turns. And here there's a smaller step down to the threads, and beyond the threads, the grip section is a bit longer this time, extending a little over 23 millimeters to the end of the lip. And it tapers from 13.2 to about 11.8 millimeters in diameter. This time we have a black JoWo nib, also with a medium point and a laser-etched chess piece logo, and of course it has the same JoWo plastic feed. This is also a cartridge converter pen, so if I unscrew the grip section, you can see the Schmidt cartridge converter inside. This pen is a little larger than the first one, and it's a really nice fit for my hand, very comfortable. And the cap on this one will also post if you want to use it that way, although it's not quite as secure and it does backweight the pen just a little. I mentioned the size. Let me show you how these compare to some other pens, starting with the Vizier Meteor Shower. At 134 millimeters long, the CMOS gray pen is shorter than the Meteor Shower, and the geometry is actually a bit longer at 156 millimeters. And here they are with a Pilot Custom 823, and an Asvine V800, which is a bigger pen with a number 8 nib, and a Diplomat Arrow. And for my Indian viewers, here's an Ebonite Click Falcon, and a Click Aristocrat. Incidentally, these two pens cost $125 and $135 if you order from the US. but I imagine that they're less expensive if purchased within India. Either way, that's a pretty reasonable price for handmade pens of this quality. And finally, let me show you how these things write. If you're familiar with how a Yovo nib feels, these nibs will be exactly what you'd expect from a good Yovo nib. I've inked these pens with my own ink number 12 that I released last winter, and I'm writing on Cosmo Air Snow paper. And this nib in the sea moss gray is really nice and smooth with good flow. And here's the geometry, which is also a medium Yovo nib, and despite the black coating on it, the nib feels exactly the same. Nice and smooth, and I'm getting good flow. And that's it. In my next video, I'll probably continue my journey around India looking for fountain pens and inks, but it's possible that I'll post a video about my newest set of inks before that. I've just made some new Elliott Bay and Deception Pass too, for those of you who are waiting. And if you're not signed up to be notified of new ink releases, this is a good time to go to my website and sign up for general email notifications or in-stock notifications. Don't worry, I will never spam you. Take care out there, everyone, and enjoy your fountain pens and ink. I'll see you next time.